What's up, everybody? It's your boy Roman Gamer Stranded 343 back at it once again. Today, boy, I'm a little late because I had to go freaking get some medicine and exactly some antibiotics for my back. Because, God forbid, actually, got this type of like weird rash or something, or maybe a possible. I don't know what it is, but it's actually it kind of itches when I actually freaking scratch, and whenever I do scratch it feels like I freaking have someone freaking imagine my back. And it's time. Whoop. And hold on. Whoop. And hold on. Oh, there we go. Yo, what's up, dude? You there? Well, I mean, heck, I don't know what's going on, but hold on. Uh, oh, I'm lagging. Sorry about that. I'm still trying to freaking get some freaking. Well, let me try something here real quick. Boink. All right, let's try it now. Um, Hang on, I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta friggin' go see what my grandmother wants. I shall return. Alright, I'm back. I had a freaking... Oh. Oh. Anyway, back at it. So, today's topic I wanted to talk to you guys about is freaking all this crazy bullcrap that's... You know?
Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I'm all caught up.
Alright.
Some of the episodes are sick.
Yeah, they are. Alright, so I'm going to put that back in. This way. And good to go. So, yeah, really sorry about that. I don't know if Nathan Stein can communicate or any way possible. Still trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, sweet. My story's been really downloaded. And I'll probably listen to that later. I mean, I've been listening to freaking audiobooks. Oh, hold on. I got a freaking message here. Oh, it's just your end. Understandable. But anyway, what I want to talk to you guys about is like why people are always actually, being so offended by Japanese culture. And also, I'm going to show you this. I don't know if you guys could see it or not. My new flag that I've actually decided to hang up outside hanging my window. Yeah, I saw what you said, Shadow. I'm pretty sorry that you guys couldn't be able to come aboard and deal with my craziness. I don't know if you guys might be able to have time to just sit down and chat with me or whatever. Hey, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I wish I could have started this sooner. Yeah, it's the Japan flag. Yeah, the Imperial Japanese flag. It's supposed to be, yeah. In fact, I decided to get it because, to support, Colonel Otaku Gatekeeper, fellow man of culture, if I do say so myself. And, heck, I even actually have that as my header with the words "enemy is freedom" in the center of the flag as a header for my for my Twitter page. Because God forbid, I'm still waiting on people freaking just. I'm still waiting on people to say that I'm, supporting Imperial Japan. Oh, Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider. I still freaking gotta sit down and watch both of them, but whoops, looks like we just actually lost someone. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about why people are always so butthurt about imperial Japan, and why they say that they're alt-right supremacists. Oh, all right, hold on. There we go.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, so what do you want to talk about again?
Why people are always actually so freaking offended by Japan. I just kind of find it. Yeah. In fact,
that
if
is
you
kind of
didn't notice,
annoying.
yeah, it is annoying. I mean, heck, why do you think I actually got a freaking Japanese flag hanging in my window?
Yeah, I just think it's a thing of, for me, it's hypocrisy, because I'll bet you money. These are the same mofos who say imperialism bad. Like as your friend Shadow points out, they're cultural imperialists. So they do the things they hate. And I'm like, these people have no self-awareness. It almost kills me.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I totally agree, dude. 100%. Basically, these people live for the double standard. They want to actually force their culture onto freaking people like the country of Japan and all the Japanese people, but Japan is not putting up with that. At least they actually have a backbone and willing to actually stand up for what they believe in.
There's a reason for that. I think one part of this is kind of speculation on my part, but I've suspected it's because unlike in our part of the ocean, they have these weirdos over there too. The only difference is they ignore them. They see them as the losers they are for now.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. Excuse me. But, people just really need to learn to actually just stop pandering to those woke idiots. In fact, I actually gotta say, most of the Eastern countries actually do freaking focus on storytelling and stuff like that. But instead, whereas we in the West just want, freaking token point inclusivity, and I'm using air quotes with that word. And, we need to actually put, certain people above others.
Yeah. Yeah, and the sad thing is, Raging Golden Eagle was talking about this, how the Seven Seas, they got caught again with the localization BS. He brought this up, and I kind of agree. Is the same people who ruined comics in the West, they're now trying to ruin manga for us in the West also.
I have arrived. Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's all good. It's good to actually have you here, Bubba.
God, it's been nuts.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, at this point, I have a stalker over on Twitter that every time I post anything, he can be talking about their dead dads on Father's Day, and I'm sitting there posting condolences, and these people keep putting homoerotic posts underneath everything I tweet at all.
Oh God, why?
So I can't even share this stream on the other side. It's gotten it has really started to get bad.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It's 4 people that run the account.
Yeah, it's I often compare these people to Bolsheviks. They're very bullyish.
Holy shit. Basically, this is why we actually freaking should try to actually be a little more inclusive, with people. But, they just want to force their inclusivity on people like us.
Well, and on top of that, it's the people I'm dealing with on Twitter. The whole point is that they're trying to keep me from saying anything. They're trying to keep me from, from trying to host. They're hoping to knock down my activity, and of course, I don't play that game. But that's the thing. Their tactics are absolutely ridiculous, and somebody says they want to be all up on my balls, I'm probably just going to make fun of them.
Yeah, best to actually just make fun of them and just, freaking point their hypocrisies out. That's how we should do it.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, this is why we actually need to actually create something. I mean, that's why I'm actually writing 3 comics, and I'm actually hoping to actually get comics off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to do
you will, man.
Outpost.
And I'm also actually dedicating one of my comics to my paternal grandmother, who actually loves watching westerns as a little girl. So I wanted to actually keep the western genre alive.
Fair enough.
Because I used to remember as a little boy watching westerns with my grandmother. And, we'd watch John Wayne. We'd watch freaking Gunsmoke, Hopalong Cassidy, The Lone Ranger. I also wanted to actually do it as a love letter to Kimetsu no Yaiba as well. Swear to God. Yeah, in fact, Theo was asking me why I wasn't actually doing the stream today because I actually had to go out and get some medicine for my back. I mean,
Oh, how have you been feeling on that front? Like how's your back been?
oh, basically, I got this like red rash on my back, and in fact, it's actually like it's like hot to the touch. Every time I scratched it, it felt like
Ooh,
someone was like lighting freaking chair. Felt like someone was laying a match on my back, and it was made out of sandpaper.
do you know
Ugh,
what caused it?
it might have been a bug bite. I don't know what it is, but freaking, I had to get like some antibiotics.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, in fact, it was like freaking $102 for 60 capsules.
good Lord.
Yeah, freaking medicine ain't freaking cheap. God damn.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah. In fact, this is why I tend to stay the hell away from like freaking medications that actually get really pricey but minimal effects to your health.
Well, sometimes you ain't got a choice.
Yeah, true. So, but this kind of stuff I got to be careful with because if I ever go out in the sun, it'll actually freaking it could actually easily burn my skin.
Ooh,
Oh, that would not be good.
Yeah, it's one of the side effects of the freaking medicine.
Wait a minute. The guy just
better
came in,
living
sorry,
through
I don't think I
chemistry.
talked to you before.
Yep.
Hmm?
But anyway, like I said, actually, I just got this today, and I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just had to get that because my uncle actually has a freaking an alien flag hanging up in his window. So I figured, why not for a fun play? Why couldn't hang up in my window as well?
How much does that cost, by the way? Y'all hear me?
What's up? Oh yeah, we can hear you.
I can kind of hear you.
How much was it?
He's still having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Crom. Crom, dang it. Let me see.
Yeah, I can hear you somewhat, but
Okay. Let me see. Testing, test. No. What am I doing wrong?
Heard you better that time.
yeah, I can hear you that time.
I swear this is so ghetto.
All right, dude. Well, hold on. I better send Shiny the link so we can actually add him on board. Hang on, Shiny. I'll actually send you the link here. So.
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep.
we can hear you. So.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying, how much did that thing cost you?
Oh. They didn't actually have insurance, so that's why I pretty much. So I tried using GoodRx, the app that's supposed to actually save you money.
Yeah.
But it was for like 30 castles. It was like freaking about $37. But then I found out it was actually double the amount, and that's why it cost me $102.
Ugh.
Yeah, I got a Japanese poster. It's that tidal wave one. I got that one for some reason for Christmas.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm hoping to get a Fallout one here soon from New Vegas.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like New Vegas. Best Fallout. No one at me on that one.
Anyway, I just DM'd Shiny the link to the stream, so if you want to join us. But like I said, I just can't stand people freaking constantly freaking just witch hunting people because we actually happen to like fictional characters and and all these people ever do is they sit there and try to force their thoughts, their narrow-minded view onto other countries.
And if they don't have anything to be upset about, they look for things to get upset about. It is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, how many moral panics have we gone through in this country now? Like, there was one over comics, one over video games.
Oh, and there were several in between. The rock and roll age with the Beatles, and it was towards the end of Elvis and the big time, when the Beatles were at their biggest and all that. There were all the people burning the rock and roll records and stuff. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah, so I understand this is another moral
Let's
panic.
not forget Star Wars and Harry Potter both went through that. And I feel really bad for J.K. Rowling because she spent the first half of her career being attacked by one type of, by left or right-leaning lunatics, and now she's spending the second half of her career being attacked by left-leaning lunatics.
Yep.
Hey guys.
Hey, Tony.
And it's not even like she got, like she won the other side over. Now she's just being attacked by both sets of lunatics.
Yeah,
if I was her, I would be erecting middle fingers to both directions. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, she is constantly.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she's quit trying to appease people. I'm loving this new version of J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. That's
we all need to simply stand up for what we believe in and say, enough's enough. We don't want any more of your bullshit. Stop trying to force it down our throats.
That's true.
Exactly. My thing is, this is just I think this is just another moral panic. There are always going to be pearl clutchers looking for something to bitch and moan about.
Yeah.
That's all this is.
For me, I'm getting tired of how Kick Vic's still stalking on me. And even though Lady Tora kind of made me not even work with my library organization anymore, because the reason is I did the good job to do all the Pokemon tournaments and cosplay judging, but now I wouldn't be coming back because my boss and my coworkers lost their favorite worker there.
Well, and you're talking about there's always some moral panic, always some pearl clutchers. My problem is this seems to be the first time in history where they've had to make their own pearls to clutch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just like the similar situation when they trying to make Anime Expo to do the mandates.
Oh God.
Hold on, guys. I gotta check something out. Oh yeah. In fact, I totally agree with my good friend Cultured Folk as he says that that we actually need a freaking Weave Life Matter statue of Ilalu from Miss Kobe.
Yeah.
That would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping the weebs do this. Gamers, we've had to deal with being persecuted for God only knows how long. We are the most persecuted class that we can think of. I'm hoping the weebs can one day claim that. I really am.
It's true. And even though I'm a gamer and a weeb together.
I was thinking to say so many of us cross both of those bridges. We're already there, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Even though, like I said before, with the community, they from the left, they're just insane, wasting their time. But while on the right, they're just talk shit and just don't have the time to just go after me.
Exactly. But that's just the thing. It's like you've been saying. They've actually just want people like us to actually, be scared. To actually,
they want us to. They don't want us to speak at all. And it's like Martina Marcota had said, the burlesque chick that does Lady Alchemy. It's like she said, she's like, it'd be one thing if they just didn't want them to be rich and famous anymore, if they just didn't want them to have money anymore, like big money anymore. But it's not like that. If she got a job at Starbucks tomorrow, somebody from online would be there trying to tell Starbucks to fire her or else.
Yeah.
And they want us dead. They want us under the bridge. They want to mock us and ridicule us before we're gone. That's
evil.
And here's the thing: it's because they're trying to go on this stupid agenda, saying, just like the World Economic Forum, they say,
it's a social caliphate.
let's say this, like you own nothing, you be happy. That's basically they're doing the same way on us.
Yeah, they just want us to actually freaking be as miserable as they are. And this don't get me started this whole you'll own nothing and be happy. Yeah, this is where we actually say the great reset should be a great resist. In fact, we gotta fight for what we have.
Yeah.
If you want all my stuff, you better freaking fight me to death for it. Because
Yeah, same here.
I am not gonna go down without a fight.
Yeah. And even
My
though
whole thing is have protective eyewear because I will be going for some eyeballs if they come for my stuff.
And even though, like I said, it's like since my boss and my coworkers, they're too afraid of that Karen who went after me. Well, guess what? They lost their worker, but if they want me back, it's gonna be harder for them to put me back in anyway.
Yeah,
Have
exactly.
they been calling you to get you back?
Not really. They've been in silence in the moment because they're just too afraid of everything going on.
See, and that's horse shit. It should not affect your daily life, because some people got mad at you online. Like
Yeah.
this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like they
Yep.
think
I
I'm
had
like
them try to get me fired.
it's like they think we're like the Antichrist or anything, but they're the Antichrist themselves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
these freaking antis, they're pretty much the Antichrist themselves because they try to freaking witch hunt us, the people that are just living our lives, and yet they actually see people like, and I know that most of you guys don't freaking like lolicons, but at least they're freaking just drawings and not real kids.
I know. It's like when I post lolicons, they're the ones who try to go after me because I posted lolis on mines, but I stopped using mines anyway. So now I'm on Truth Social, Telegram, and other places that they can't even find me around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I look at these weirdos and I'm like, no wonder Nietzsche went crazy. He probably saw this coming.
Yeah. Because, God forbid, they actually just want, to actually make themselves look better on their behest. I mean, heck, if you actually don't like what I'm actually posting, just freaking block me and not give me any attention.
And
I don't care what you do.
And at the same time, they shouldn't be going back to the post that they gotta see because I block these people. They won't see my post, but they get around it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I pretty much freaking blocked I Stand with Vic bills and I Stand with Vic reports. But God forbid, she actually gets my freaking shit, and then she starts saying that I'm the bad guy.
And you have to realize I stand with Vic.
Oh
Bales
yeah,
is
she
I stand
got
with
she
Vic
got that
Report.
new account. She came after me and regretted it almost immediately.
What'd you do?
I stalked her profile and everything she had anything to say on. I started messing with her.
Yeah, for me,
I pulled the same horse shit they pull on us.
Oh yeah, no, that's a thing that like I know you guys like are hit or miss with Razor's Fist, but he had this one good point about struggle sessions. Fight back and put them through a struggle session of their own. This crap you do to other people, make them experience it. Because and I'm sorry this gets you in trouble, Mr. Anime, like I don't know if you two will have a problem with this, but you know what? Show them how it feels to be on the other side of the bullet.
Yeah, in fact, I tried doing that because basically I've actually been like before, and basically it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's both a gift and a curse.
But at the same time, it's better. That's the only thing. It's better not to give them more firepower. Just basically let them expose themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm actually kind of on the idea of actually starting like another fake, like a dummy server, and then like just kind of freaking let the trolls actually post like like things and then expose them if available. If I can find some good freaking, if I can find some good stuff and just like see how bad these people really are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are the worst because I've I go back to Reg and Golden Eagle. All the things they've accused us of, I will bet you they've done worse.
Yeah, in fact, it's like what Geeks and Gamers said. Jeremy for Geeks and Gamers. He says, those who project the loudest clearly have something to hide.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and here's the thing: like when Kickvic went to my old cosplay pic, they think I'm fat and an incel, which I'm not. Cause like, do I look like fat and incel?
Even if you were, why the fuck is it their business?
Yeah. And here's the
Because they're
thing.
control freaks.
And here's the thing. One of their members of Kickvic, like Emmett, he exposed himself as a fat incel himself.
Whoa.
Because when he wanted to try to harass Vic, someone took a picture of Emmett next to his wife.
Oh.
Hold up. You're telling me one of these losers is a wife?
Yeah,
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
it's true.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Ladies and
and
gentlemen, we have found a woman who has no standards.
Oh, those are all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
let's actually not forget, like, Master of Final M, how people are always dragging that guy through the mud, and he's a dad, and he loves his kids.
And
And, you know,
and as for me, I'm an uncle, and I do love my nieces and nephews. I'm not like anything else. I do work with children as well, so yeah.
and yet, you know, they actually pretty much actually go after, like, freaking fictional characters, and yet they actually see silent when, you know, freaking actual kids are actually, you know, being groomed and shit.
It's true. This is what I look like. I'm not even fat or anything, you see?
But yeah, in fact, you actually look good for yourself, Shiny, and, you know,
Yeah.
actually keep an eye out for yourself, because you'll never know if anyone is still pretty much, you know, going after you, you know, whatever. It's just that I do care about my friends, okay?
Yeah.
And like I said, I usually have 3 pet peeves. Number 1 is actually when people actually freaking go after, you know, actually use like our freaking fandoms and our hobbies as like social political platforms. Oh,
Yeah. That's what I learned from Raging Golden Eagle about this stuff.
yeah. And then number 2 is actually when people actually freaking quote tweet me with hot takes. I'm not trying to stand my ground against something. And then, of course, number 3 is when either someone actually attacks my friends or my family on freaking social media, and that really freaking aggravates me the most. And that's why I actually got doxxed, because I was actually standing up for my best friend, Anime 1992. Because
Yeah.
he was actually having his freaking name dragged through the mud due to fucking Kiwi Farms.
And yeah, the point is with Kick Vic, I could tell one way for sure that I kind of did a lot of detective work and my friends did, because I Stand With Vic Fails is basically I Stand With Vic Reports, and my friend kind of exposed I Stand With Vic Reports possibly is Daniel Fitzpatrick, if you know him.
Never heard of him.
He's basically like some fat Korean incel who basically like doing all this socialist nonsense when he talks about like Kiwi Farm exposed that guy anyways.
Oh.
Yeah, in fact, like I said, both Anime Night 1992 and I have also been exposed on freaking Kiwi Farms. Because, you know, and yet, you know, you got people like, let's just say, MNMB, their names, because I really don't want to have any more beef with them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm just sick and tired of them freaking trying to drag my name through the mud.
But
You guys as well.
the only thing that Kickvic need to be careful of me, because I'm basically their bait, because for Kiwi Farms they'll try to catch them anyway. Like the good ones, not the bad ones.
Yeah, in fact, they're actually just, that's why I pretty much actually think that, you know, there's both a gift and a curse that, you know, I'm actually being exposed by Kiwi Farms, because the gift is they're actually showing me as being a human being, whereas the curse of it is all the freaking aunties actually have a freaking target painted on my back.
Huh.
Yeah.
You must be doing something right, because they've ignored me, and I've been raging against them for a year now.
Yeah, in fact, it's better to actually have me as the target instead of just you guys, because
Yeah.
when you actually start bringing you guys in, that's what fucking pisses me off the most.
And as for me, once I get better classes and everything at the same time, I'm thinking about trying to be my own boss when I start my own delivery job anyway.
Yeah, in fact, that's why I wanted to actually help my good friend the Bleeding Shadow actually start doing a freaking, what do I want to say there, Explosion Comics.
Yep. I don't mind my series to be on Explosion Comics, because that's the thing, because I'm working on a series, but I don't want to go too far with details, but it's just some stuff that I kind of know where I got inspired from.
Yeah, like I said, I actually have 3 comic books in the works.
Hmm.
One's a mix between The Boys and some magical girl stuff. It's very violent, very graphic, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to be full of sex and violence for that one. Then I'm actually doing a Western version of Kimetsu no Yaiba. And for the last one, it's going to be a mix between like Mad Max, like with some D&D and a shitload of mech.
I see. That's good.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, for me, I'm trying to think about which I'll be telling you, but it's gonna be later details of my series. But like, I have pictures of my OCs around, but like, they're like hints of my series will be coming up anyway. Well, we
Yes,
don't know when.
yeah. In fact, I'm choosing to actually, focus on doing that kind of stuff because I want to make something with my life and try to create a legacy that I can be proud of, and not
And
let people try to dictate me to, thinking, oh, oh God. See, I think I got that. I think I got it packed away though. I gotta find it again because I really want to rewatch that.
and yet, and here's the thing: is I realized with Kick Vic been after me, it's because I figured out the whole thing. It was Lady Toro using them to go after me because she want revenge out of nothing. And what my psychologist told me is basically that Lady Tora was secretly liking me, but yet she, out of her own, Lady Tora's stupidity, she thinks I rejected her. I didn't reject her. I just didn't accept her as her, you know, because of her behaviors or anything. Just she just went out her way, doesn't realize the point anyway.
Huh.
Yeah, in fact, it's always best to actually have a mutual respect for people. Like I
Yeah.
actually respect you guys. In fact, because you guys have actually given me mutual respect in return.
Yeah,
Because you see, there's an old saying: respect is earned, never given.
it's true. That's
If you
why.
guys want my respect, you gotta earn it.
That's why. That's why if I ever get back into a relationship situation, that the only thing I'll be doing is like if they want my respect, they have to earn it.
Same way. I
Yeah.
mean, I just actually I want my partner's respect, and I just want them to actually, I want them to actually respect me, and then I can respect them in return. Because it's
Yeah.
also built on trust as well. Like if you trust me, then I'll trust you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So God forbid, we're actually. I'm glad I actually met you as well, there, Fire King X. Because the thing is, we all need to actually learn to respect each other. We all need to learn to actually show appreciation for what we do.
Hmm. Got a lot of crap in here I need to get rid of.
Yeah, but for
Don't
now,
we all?
Oh,
now
yeah.
I'm just gonna wait till I think Vic Report stops stalking on me, and also that other furry Twitter user by the name of Loza, which is Coco Fox 23.
Ah, yeah. Friggin'
Okay, has there ever been a good furry who wasn't a piece of shit? I'm kind of curious.
The verdict's still out on that one.
well, like not just you guys, but also the people in the chat, because you guys have actually earned my respect as well.
What's that? I couldn't hear you well.
Because you see, people who are actually disrespectful to me, I can actually treat just like freaking disrespectful to them because respect is disrespect of two streets.
Thank you, Vin, about this, because, like, I'm telling you, like, people really need to appreciate and support others instead of, getting into some stupid fights going on. It's not really worth fighting these idiots anyway.
No.
Exactly.
I fight these idiots all the time. I have no remorse.
Yeah,
I call
in fact,
them
the reason why I
autists.
pick fights with these idiots is because I'm trying to give them a taste of their own medicine, like, using their logic against them until they actually either A, give up on me entirely and block me, or B, I just actually say, okay, that's it, I'm done. And then I block them.
Yeah, I
That's
block
probably
any
the smart
possible
thing to
threats
do.
before they go after me, of course.
Yeah, I can't stand them. Like, they make my fellow autists look bad.
Yeah, in fact, that's just the thing. We all need to actually be respectful to each other and, try to find people that are willing to actually mutually respect us and show appreciation for what we're doing.
Yeah. Because I could tell one thing for sure, that, like, these people, if they can't even learn their lesson, well, what happened is they'll end up gonna be trouble with the law later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
they're
that's for,
sociopaths.
as for me, I keep things on record because, like, the only thing is how Lady Tori think I groped someone or anything, or grope her. No, I wasn't at freaking KatsuCon. Like, do I even go to any shitty conventions? No. I just go to the good ones I go to.
Yeah, in fact, that's just the thing. People will actually just lie and smear about you just because, they're just lost in their own, fantasies. Thinking, oh, and don't even get me started on freaking Mars Girl for that matter.
Yeah.
Because that freaking head case is just using her victimhood from, her being a part of Channel Awesome as a crutch. Yeah, actually
Yeah,
be such a bitch.
even though I don't mind enjoying the lawsuit with Vic Mignogna, because the point is, I want him to help me out to sue her as well, because, I want to try to tell her on her responsibility. 'Cause that causes, the reason is, Mars Girl did affect not just only Vic, his fans as well.
Yeah, in fact, that's just the thing. We're still waiting on the appeals court to go through with the appeal for what happened to back to the
Monica?
freaking Monica, Ron, but Jamie is actually still 50-50 since
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, it should have been much easier to go after Mars Girl before anything else.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think I got blocked by Linkara because of them.
Yeah, Linkara, I don't even know this person at all.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know about who Linkara is, but it's some
Oh,
weird comic book
you
reviewer.
lucky SOB. He is a snobby prick from what I hear. And one time I found out I was blocked by him. I'm like, I've never even interacted with this guy, and he blocked me for some reason. Like, I've never interacted with him. And I think my friend Charles just said it's because it may be because of a block shame. So just because I follow a certain group of people, he might have blocked me. And I'm like, I'm willing to be offended or
And
happy.
at the same time, I'm not even a member of I Stand With Vic. I just use the hashtag as a cause.
Oh, this is definitely some good news, guys.
What?
It turns out that the deal between Elon Musk and Twitter has actually been finalized.
That's good.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if he fucks it up.
Because my thing for sure is I don't mind Elon either fix Twitter or nuke Twitter.
Yeah, in fact, we just actually need a platform where we can just be ourselves.
Yeah.
Wait, you're not being yourselves?
I mean, that's why I actually have a Discord server, because at least we can actually just be ourselves in a certain way.
And I do have a Discord server myself, so anyone can join in anyway.
Oh, yeah, they suspended me 5 times for being myself on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm usually myself when I'm on Twitter as well. I mean, heck, that's why I even actually did like YouTube videos because I still stand by my 3 goals. One, to help either heal or rebuild the anime community through positive vibes, which I know is a lot easier said than done, but
Yeah.
I just like to be myself and try to actually show, as an actual anime fan, I actually have my own opinions and I don't let other people like, the Anime Man, freaking Mother's Basement, freaking Giga, Sea Dog, or Forever World, or any of these other like big name anti-tubers kind of actually, be the voice for me because I prefer just being my own voice.
Yeah.
What
Because
about
even though I met
414?
for Neverworld like a few years ago when I was in a Yu-Gi-Oh exhibit and took a picture of him, but he's kind of nice, but at the same time he needs to be careful on his attitude on the internet.
What about 414?
I don't know about 414.
Oh, his name's 414 Anime. He does like facts about characters from anime. I was kind of wondering if wondering if he said any shit.
Yeah, in fact, I wouldn't really put it past him, but as long as he doesn't actually like say his word is God as an anime fan or anything like that, then I'm all Gucci with them. But I prefer people like Reverend Paul, aka Studio Chojin, Kenny Lauderdale,
Yeah.
just to name a few.
But the only thing is
Uh,
I stick to small content creators to help out like Rimuru and others.
Yeah, but I just actually prefer being who I am,
Same.
Same.
and this is
Because the
why I
point
tend to
is,
stay away from politics because basically I really don't do politics because it's actually like one of those things that you try to avoid, but God forbid it's like stepping on eggshells. If you
for
actually go,
me, I just stay away from politics when I'm doing my gaming. But when if I want to do politics, I'll do it on D Live and Trovo.
I only talk
yeah,
about it if
Yeah.
there's something funny to it, like the thing with DeSantis and the Florida bill. Like I talked about that because it was funny.
yeah, and I'm still waiting on the freaking Netflix release of Bastard though. I'm freaking stoked for that, and also I just did a review for the classic OVA. And I gotta say, if anybody's actually waiting on Bastard, go check out my my review of the OVA version of Bastard, because freaking dude, it's actually just I hope it actually kind of I do give some good, I also give some bad, but all over I give it a pretty damn good score.
That's
And
good.
yeah, and also I pretty much slapped my seal of approval on it as well. Patent pending though.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah. And the point about these antis, they just worry about Loli and Shotas because they're the ones who've been watching so much porn themselves.
Exactly. Yeah, in fact, I appreciate you actually subscribing to me, Vizinger. I really appreciate that, but somehow apparently it turns out that YouTube kind of freaking yeeted some of my subscribers down to because I actually had like 323 and now down to 319.
Yeah.
thanks,
YouTube is
Susan Canadian name. Thanks, Susan Canadian name. Ever since she took over, this site has gone more to hell than Star Wars after Kathleen Kennedy.
and not to mention we have Quantum TV screwing up YouTube.
Oh yeah. Like he really fucked it up after what he did to Act Man.
And now he's went going after Review Tech and others.
All because
Really?
he can't actually stand he can't stand people talking bad about him.
Yeah.
Well, God forbid somebody believes differently than what they do.
It's like Quantum TV is basically the YouTube version of Underdog BT, to be honest.
Well, I know what my next video is going to be about then, or maybe about.
Yeah, in fact, I actually noticed that Big Country also freaking did some videos about Ackman as well. I mean, not Ackman, but Quantum TV.
Yeah, I still get why is YouTube so ineffectual at what they do? Like, it should not be this hard to be effective.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, Susan Canadian name, if you hear this, pull your head out of your ass. I know women like to waste time, and I'm joking when I say this. I know women like to screw around and mess things up, but comes a point when you have to see this is stupid. And I'm mostly joking here. Like, God only knows a man could have fucked this up just as bad.
And not to mention, like, how right now the incel community is what trying to make the anime community look bad. Same thing with the gaming community.
Wait, which community? Did you say the incel community?
Yeah.
I didn't know those were a real thing. I thought that was just a slander term.
Because they're the ones who just making other communities look bad, including the gun owner community as well.
Okay, I cannot see them being ballsy enough to own guns.
I don't know. The video I saw today was absolutely ridiculous. It was a whole anti-gun skit where it had two redneck-sounding guys that were supposed to be for the NRA, and then all of a sudden they had a radical gun-wielding black dude, and I'm like, okay, so you decided to make the black people the radicals in your skit, and you think that's going to help gun control? Like, okay, yeah. But sure, there's radicals in any group, just like there's incels on every side of the argument. If we want to use that term to its literal, definition, but this people have got to toughen up. For the love of God, if I fell apart every time somebody made a fat joke, I would be a shamble of a human being.
Yeah.
I'm just.
And for me, I get really annoyed when people saying, "Oh, you need to take the black pill, take the black pill." I'm not taking no black pills.
Well, black pills is a suppository.
Yeah, well. So that's my thing is though, like if somebody makes fun of me for being fat, I don't assume they hate fat people. I assume they think that's going to be what gets under my skin. But when I do that, if I know somebody that's really pissing me off, and I know the one thing that's going to hurt them more than anything else is their race, their ethnicity of any kind, or if I know that they've got a pet that has mange, and they're really worried about that pet, I'm gonna make fun of that mangy little pet. If I think that if I know that they're trans and they feel, and they feel insecure about it, fuck yes, I'm gonna go. I will sweep that motherfucking leg, Johnny. Get him a fucking body bag. I do not give a fuck. If I'm going after somebody, I'm going to hurt them as hard and fast and fuckerball mean as I goddamn can. And that is what the true. That's how you're supposed to attack people. That's how, and if somebody wants to come at me and they think a fat joke's going to do the trick, they are in for a rude fucking awakening. But I'm not going to pretend that we don't all have our weaknesses, and some things that don't bother us some days might bother us other days. So I don't blame them for getting a few out and trying, but I just, the thing is that you are supposed to, just because I insult somebody with the one thing I know is going to hurt them the worst, does not make me racist, does not make me homophobic, does not, if I tell a third wave feminist that she's got penis envy, that doesn't make me misogynistic. But I know that's what hurts her. I know that's what makes her feel like, that's what makes her feel small. That is the whole point. When you are trying to go after somebody, you hit hard and you don't hold back.
Yeah, you blitzkrieg them.
Yeah, even though
there are limits depending on if I'm fighting a friend versus if I'm fighting and yes, we have disagreements with our friends online sometimes. If somebody that I've got a lot of mutuals with, for instance, they're not my friend, but I've got a lot of mutuals with, and I don't want to look bad to my mutuals, I will hold back a little bit. There are rules of engagement, but when it's all said and done, they can still piss me off to the point that I'm going to come at them. I mean, that I'm going to bring the heat. But I don't get this. Everybody pussyfooting around. Obviously, Donald Trump doesn't care that he's orange. Okay,
Yeah.
his followers don't care that he's orange. We don't give a shit. Okay. Biden's followers don't care that he's senile. They don't care that he sniffs little kids. That obviously, if they did, they wouldn't have followed him to begin with. That's just the way it is. And so I'm just. My thing is, yes, I might make fun of somebody for following the president nursing home and having any iota of respect for giggle shits commie bitch. What's her name? The vice president, Harris, Kamala Harris. Yeah.
You mean Kamala Harris?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm still waiting for somebody. They want to talk about Donald Trump's hair all they want. I'm still waiting for somebody to pull that fucking weave off her head.
Oh my God.
All right, hey, Taylor, what's up?
Yeah. Hey there. What's
Howdy.
up, guys?
Good.
What's up, Bubba?
And the point is like, for me, since it's a situation with Lady Tora, she's acting like she thinks she's a crazy ex, but she's not. She just basically wanted to get back at me for nothing. And you know what? This is why if you even have like crazy ex or crazy girls who just rejected by you or they think they got rejected, well, they have a rude thing coming for them, to be honest.
Yeah, and also, Taylor, since you were a little late to the party, though, I just actually pretty much decided to talk about why all these antis are actually hating on Japan all of a sudden.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
the reason that they hate Japan because of the drawings. That's one.
Well, if I see one more pedophile, tell us that anime drawings are for pedophiles. I don't know. I'm thinking. See, what I want to do is I want a lead-weighted rubber chicken, and I want to go after people with a lead-weighted rubber chicken. Do you know how funny that would be?
Oh my God! I think they would
I'm
actually.
saying, that's funny, Conrad. Now face the wall.
It's not
Yeah.
and even not just only the anime drawings, it's also they hate Japan because of the video games as well.
Yeah.
Come on.
Heck,
Yeah, this
I
is
mean,
the guys. Like, imagine what do you think of the women who complain about this stuff? Because I just think they're jealous.
Yeah, they're jealous. That's all it boils down to. It's just pure jealousy.
Yeah.
Because God forbid, they want to try to freaking censor what we play and shit, because they just want to be control freaks. And also, I just started playing freaking Kimetsu no Yaiba on Switch. Having fun with that.
And for me, I just playing, Peach Splash, and I just have fun with it throughout my streams. And I try to grind up my waifus.
Yeah, I don't really play anime games that much anymore. Probably should go back to it.
Oh, most definitely. Because basically, anime games are the best that there ever was. I mean, heck. I also have Samurai Kagura Beach Splash as well. I gotta get back to playing that.
Yeah, and as for me, I need to get back streaming that game, but at some point I need to just, I have a lot of things to finish up anyway.
Well, I got lots of writing to do, so it's going to be a while before I can do it. Because mostly I just play games to get inspiration, and I can't think of an anime game inspiring me that much. Although it could help me with that fanfic anime I'm writing, maybe. But
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what's up, Matt?
What's up, Matt?
Yeah, we talking about.
Howdy, Matt.
We talking about assholes who are also Nihonga-phobic jagoffs now.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
And
Taylor. I don't know if you guys want to see this or not, but what do you think of that?
Oh.
That's good. I don't mind to have that in my window.
Nippon Banzai, bitches.
I'll have an American flag and a Nihon flag there. It'll be like, huh.
Hey, I'm a proud American, let's be real, but I also but I'm also a proud weeb too. So hey,
I'm like a quarter weeb.
And as for
Because,
me,
not only do I actually support the red, white, and blue, I also support the rising sun as well.
yeah,
yeah, Japan's
I
basically Asia's version of America.
yeah,
How about that?
it's true.
Exactly. And basically, anyone who says that the rising sun flag is considered, freaking alt-right Nazism or freaking, goddamn imperialism or racism, freaking, what about ACAB? What about freaking BLM? What about Antifa?
Yeah,
You support those.
Yeah, they're the real imperialists.
they're the real.
And they don't want
imperialists.
equality; they want supremacy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Commies,
my
what do
way,
you
in my
expect?
opinion.
that's why I call them
Yes.
neo imperials or neo feudals, because they just want to bring back the times where, like, they want these rich assholes to be like kings and queens, and we gotta end up being serfs, which we don't want that.
Yeah, we were glad to be out of that era,
Well, and
they want to bring it back because they're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's the point, though. They just. Oh, go ahead.
Guys, you guys notice that the Democrats always the ones who did the slavery from 20 years ago when they legalized in Juneteenth. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is Juneteenth is? Dude, you guys are the only ones who did all the enslavement years.
Whoop!
And the only thing is,
sorry, I'm driving and some dude in a trailer almost backed over the top of me.
Ooh.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Ooh.
as I said before, Juneteenth shouldn't be celebrated. It's like a day of remembrance, almost like Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we've had Martin Luther King parades for forever. So.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you. Juneteenth was, I researched all about it. Juneteenth started, in Texas when they ended slavery, the last state ended slavery, like, until June. Like, how Juneteenth would be a national holiday. Like,
Can't.
It can make no sense. I just found it dumb, in my opinion.
And
well, I'll tell you, I grew up. Oh, go ahead.
So here's a weird thing: like, Juneteenth and Father's Day are on the same day, because the whole situation.
That's just wrong. But no, see, but that's the thing. Like for instance, I've got this weird situation. My birthday is June 1st, just passed. Third bad birthday in a row. Not really feeling it. But anyway, so here's my problem though. I was born on the 70th anniversary of the Tulsa Race Massacre. That's back when they still called it the Tulsa Race Riot. But the point is, I grew up in Tulsa, not just Tulsa, North Tulsa. I grew up 3 miles north of Greenwood. Come on now.
Wow.
Okay, so I used to feel sorry for all the kids with the 9/11 birthdays, but then they decided to make June Pride Month. Between the Tulsa Race Massacre and Pride Month, that 9/11 grass is starting to look a whole lot greener.
Funny. I don't think the black community would be pleased.
Wait a minute. Did you say the Tulsa Massacre?
That's funny.
Yes.
Isn't that the thing that
overlords
the
have
Baron
no
guy was
shame
involved in?
whatsoever. Let me tell you,
Wait, what?
our
The
Democratic
Baron guy from
overlords have
Watchmen.
no
Was he
One at a
involved
time,
in
one at a
that?
time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time.
One at a time, guys.
Our Democrat overlords have no sense of shame whatsoever. Let me tell you.
Also,
sense of
I had
humor.
to bring this up. Freaking Bear King X says, "I'm a smiling Canadian who likes anime and waifus."
All right, okay.
By
Fair enough.
the way,
I'd say Canada's a significant upgrade from Somalia.
Yeah.
And not
By
to
the way, I have a
mention,
question.
Trudeau is basically Castro's son, for real.
Bastard son, technically.
Bastard son. The bastard son.
Fault. Why did y'all have to mention blackface Hitler?
Oh God! In fact, don't even get me started on Trudeau's like freaking,
Let's just change the subject then.
Yeah, I'm just saying one thing. That's it. Anyway, just don't talk about him anymore.
Okay.
I mean, like, going back to what you guys were saying earlier. I mean, there's a reason why some of these memes that me and Mr. Anime have been using whenever we hear the, oh boy, here we go again. So we just bring out these forced pictures every single time. Let me read off a couple of them. Acting like drawings are the same as the real deal is definitely more creepy than those getting horning for them. You could protect actual minors, but instead bitch about fictional ones. You're such a useless bitch. Anime isn't real. Anime isn't real. Anime isn't real.
Man, chill in the
And then
savage.
projection. Trap. You activate my trap card projection. This card is activated when someone claims that anime or lollies are for pedos, but in reality, the real pedos are the loudest voice against anime and manga.
It's true.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
My
I shall be
God.
here all week.
So wait a minute. I want to go back to a previous question real quick because that rant was awesome. But okay, so you say we're not supposed to talk about the blackface-clad bastard son of Fidel Castro, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Silent Joker, I've got a question to ask.
My profile.
What is best in life?
Shit! I should know this reference. I should know this reference. God damn it! I can't forgot. Anime's free? I don't know. God damn it.
And the thing is, like, when I posted a picture of Dawn on Mines, fails kind of say, "Oh, Dawn is 10," and then they'll try and do is like rage about it on her post.
Yeah, in fact, people were actually freaking, jagging off on me because, God forbid, I actually wrote one erotic scene with the fictional character.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on Ace Salieri and his stance on lolicons. Like, look, guys, I'm not even particularly a fan of lolicon myself, but even then, they have a right to exist.
And even though, like, Dawn, she's like at least.
Oh.
Okay, let me continue what I say. With Dawn from Pokemon, she's like at least like the game from the original game Diamond and Pearl. It's like over 10 years ago, but she's like right now, she's like over her 20s to be honest. These idiots don't know about that.
I mean, as long as my point of view on all this is that as long as you know your own limits, you should be fine. You should be okay. If you like a great fan art, like I keep seeing, the hot anime and manga right now, Spy X Family for the young girl, that's fine. That's okay. It's fan art. It's fictional. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Just move on and don't leave your comments. Exactly. It's a fictional drawing. It's a fictional character. Like even the one I have right now,
it's not gonna hurt anybody.
Exactly. Even the profile picture I have right now, that is not Sumi, but that is her adult form using spirit power. You should see her true form, which she hates, but in the anime and light novel, she actually is about accepting her true form much better. I mean, yeah, the adult form, holy crap, that is a beautiful drawing. And funny enough, all the characters' drawings are done by the Hyperdimension Neptunia artist. So is she one? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
also, let me show you the picture. Like, let me tell you guys. Let me show you on screen. Like, I was like, a day ago, like when me and my mom went shopping, like somewhere. This gives me more cringe there. Very, very cringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see what you got. So,
just show it.
Hang on. This is a entire racism thing that I was. What the? For kids, what is this? You can tell me the Democrats legalized Juneteenth because they felt guilty what just happens today. Now you guys go legalize like this skin color? What?
Let me check.
Are you serious?
Oh,
Funny.
oh.
Oh yeah, Nathan left.
No,
I see it.
That's okay. That's okay. Where is it?
And the point is with all the situation when they're hating on Japan, they're the ones who are just being racist because like they couldn't drop off the I forgot what it's called. Oh yeah, the Nam King and other stuff.
Well, it's about control. They can't control Japanese creators.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're not trying to which is why I'm very concerned about what the hell Square Enix is doing most of the time, because I'm like, you have me concerned, Square Enix. You have me a little concerned, Capcom, but I shouldn't be worried about Capcom too often. It's Square Enix who I'm more like, what are you doing? Even what the hell's happening there at Bandai, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, and the other thing with these Japanese companies, they need to realize who they're hiring, because some of them can be radical, because they need to be careful what they're saying.
And exactly, and to me, kind of the sad part is, I'm not saying it's fully the West's fault, but it's kind of like when you look how gaming is, the West in the gaming is very more popular now than it's ever been. It's still very popular in Japan, but it's like, like tomatoes, but it's like, make games for a Japanese audience that the Western audience are gonna love to hell and back. That's why I'm still happy we have games like fucking Bayonetta that's still coming out. God damn it.
Yeah.
No More Heroes and so much more. I'm like, God damn it, I want to play more of these games.
And the good thing about, there's a Spanish article they say about how feminism is dying in Japan, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
Because here's the thing.
Also,
here's the thing about it.
Mr. Anime, you see it in private chat. You able to see it?
The moment I learned a word.
Hold on.
Pick it up.
But here's the thing I'm gonna say
in the private chat.
What's up?
Oh, and I learned a hard truth today. You cannot fire your specialist or whatever while you are under orders.
But like even something that was very small and minor.
The pharmacy keeps you from doing.
Bubba, you forgot to mute.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, I couldn't see anything that you actually were trying to post there, Taylor. Basically, all I could see was just Stein's messages.
Yeah.
Oh, you can find it on Twitter. I send you with the private chat where Otaku Gainer.
All right.
Yeah, but for me, like, I couldn't be, for me, like, I can say this in the situation that I told you before about with how feminism is in Japan. I'm just saying it's a good thing, but the only thing is they need to be aware about the indoctrination in what's going on in Japan.
Yeah, that is a very scary thing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, what do you think we actually would have without this? We wouldn't actually be. I really had to thank Japan for this kind of stuff because God forbid.
Well,
this is the kind of stuff
you should be careful what you show on YouTube because they will.
They were getting very strict.
Yeah. Besides, luckily I use StreamYard. I don't know how the rules of StreamYard work here, but heck, I'm still trying to freaking. There's some certain limits that I can do something. I don't try to do it like all the damn time, but just like every once in a while, just do it just to freaking piss off the freaking wokies.
And the worst thing right now is Disney trying to take some anime to put them into their service.
Which
God,
that was very independent.
I was going to say Studio Ghibli left them for a reason.
Well, however, like some of them I've been watching recently due to a friend's account, is that so far it's doing okay, but then again, we'll see how it goes. Like there was like this. That was the one that was recently watching that new kind of suspense thriller one, that summertime murder one. That was actually pretty good. I'm like, so far it hasn't been tainted too much. I'm like, that's a good thing. They got like, yeah, Tatami. Like, how do you freaking pronounce this? Tatamaki Galaxy sequel that's coming. I'm like, hey, that's awesome. I love fucking Mila. I can't pronounce his name, but the director of Devil May Cry Baby, and that's his project still. I'm like, yes, great work. Hopefully it's still good, but you are getting a little nervous now with the streaming wars a bit because on how things are going right now. There's a lot more anime content on platforms, which I am very happy with. The other sad time is like, where's it going? Like, end of this month, we're finally getting Bastard, which I know Matt and I are very happy about. Sometime later in the year, we're getting Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which I am fucking excited for. Mr. Anime was saying, dude, calm down. I can't. I'm too fucking hyped. It's fucking
But it's kind of like y'all were bringing up Square Enix, though. Square Enix and Sony have the same problem. They have a bigger market in the West than they do in the East. So they feel like they need to bow down to the West's liberal culture. And therein lies the problem. So, yes, it's great that we're getting more anime content, but what happens when they decide that Asian drawn anime characters are too white? And they start race swapping people just cause, you know?
Yeah. They didn't learn their lesson what happened with how 4Kids censored One Piece when they race swap a character.
Well, then again, to be fair, that
yeah, remember.
Technically speaking, backlash.
Remember him again?
I mean, I mean, it's a good thing you brought that up because don't forget, you know, the god of manga himself. If you look at Kimba the White Lion, you know, there's a lot of blackface in that one later half of the manga. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, in fact, I agree with Geek Freak 17. He says, "Oh God, I hate race swapping."
Ditto.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
yeah, me too.
I am brown.
Guys. I gotta interject here.
All right.
Basically, allow me to actually say this. Remember that time freaking people were actually saying that Mina Ashido from freaking My Hero Academia was actually Malaysian when she's actually freaking pink?
Mm-hmm.
She's pink. Like, I don't know, like, unless
She's
the
pink,
manga
but she's
says
an
something
alien.
otherwise, and it's like, okay, then that's what she looks like. But then again, she is pink, so if that's more natural for him to draw like that, then hey, that's more natural.
Well, them saying Piccolo's a black-coated character really cracked me up, I ain't gonna lie.
Seriously,
you know,
they make a man
okay,
mix black people and applicants. Like for me,
or you know, people who are
not all of them, just him.
Whoa, guys. Let Taylor finish. Go ahead, Taylor.
You tell me you could every anime character that their features being they're black. You think it's more racistly? Like, come on. Speaking of One Piece, you know, live action, you know, they race swap Naughty's sister or Dot's sister to black or Blasian. Like,
it's tan.
Really?
Yes, tan.
Well, it's a tan, but it's a little darker. This one's like, that one I'm not too mad about. It's like, I'm gonna say this again, Taylor. As a brown guy, I care more about an actor's and actress's performance. So I hope she does okay.
But the point is, these people, they say, they want to make it as what it is because, as a virtue or whatever.
You also got to look at, you know, well, Honor Sensei, was he okay with the casting as well?
Hey, Joey.
Apparently he's on a bit more often, so it's like, let's see what he has to say. If he likes it, then that's fine. If that was something that he didn't have approval or not, or like if he was okay with it, then that's fine, because he did come out with when they announced the main cast, and all right, he has an opinion about that, so that's okay. It's still ways off, but we'll see how it goes. But like, even for me as a fan of The Witcher, it's like, yes, Trish is technically speaking not like that, but I kind of like the actress because the actress has won me over a few months. Same thing for a few of the other cast members, which like they look different from the book and video game counterparts, but I'm like, hey, I'm all for an actress and actress performance. If you can wow me over, great. Which they have been doing so far. My main issue with the Netflix adaptation of The Witcher is that it's the darn screenplay. They're rushing a bit too much to missing a few more pieces. Hence, I kind of wanted season 2 to adapt more of the short stories so we can get to Blood of Elves, which would have been better. But hey, you know what? Hopefully, season 3 can improve.
Yeah, in fact, I just can't actually understand anything anymore because basically, people are just trying to freaking, get their freaking PP points any way they can.
Yeah, it's true.
Excuse me, I have a question, but for me as a black person, I don't like waist swaps. Like, I have no
Neither do
offense
I.
for the actors and actresses. I would get them plots with it. Like, if there's our original character that's based on a different race and different gender, why cast them instead not the race swap or gender swap or sexuality swap? All for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not simply the swaps though. It's how and why and when they decide to do it. Like for instance, back in the day when they did the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. Say what you will about that movie. When you see Michael Clark Duncan ride down that elevator, and you see that cane in his hand with the diamond on it, you see the way he holds himself, the suit he's wearing. There is no doubt in your mind, anybody that's seen the 90s Spider-Man, anybody that's ever picked up a comic book with Spider-Man and the Kingpin in it, you know that he's Wilson Fisk. The way he carried himself, the way he did everything, he became the character Wilson Fisk. He became the Kingpin.
Yep.
Fast forward to Birds of Prey, which first off was not really Birds of Prey. It was Gotham City Sirens with a more popular name. Secondly, they turn around and they have they have this version of the Black Canary. Even if you take away that they turned her black, think about this for a moment. She does not act like Dinah Lance. Nothing about her is the same character. It is now. What's worse is that if they had just used her, if they had made Journey Smollett's character, if they had made that character a different character, a character specific only for that movie that didn't exist in the comics, that would have been a very likable character. She was a good character, and so that's what makes it even worse. Is the shit they do right makes the shit they do wrong that much worse. And then, the other needless swaps that they've done. I mean, again, it comes down to the timing. Why did they decide to do this at this particular time? And if the answer, which is 9 out of 10, the reason. Now, back then, when Michael Clark Duncan played, when he played the Kingpin, there was no other available actor that was that size and could fit that type of that type of character. You believed that he was the Kingpin, and nobody was upset that he was a black guy, because he developed his version, his adaptation of that character. And so it's more than just the ethnic swapping. They have to be willing to commit to that character. There are plenty, let's face it, what's her name kind of looked like Faye Valentine. But because she's so terrible, what's her name? Brie Larson kind of looks like Miss Marvel. People still get upset because they have to be willing. They have to be willing to commit to the character. What's his name? Robert Pattinson is not willing to commit to Batman, so he's a terrible Batman. That's just the way it goes. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Robert was pretty great. Don't you mean who was it? Val Kilmer and George Clooney.
Val Kilmer was fucking awesome as Batman, and you can fight me over that. Dude, Val Kilmer is still the best Bruce Wayne. Val Kilmer is still the best Bruce Wayne out of all of them. He might not have been the best with the mask on, but he has by far been the best Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale was by far the worst Bruce Wayne. He looked like a thug in a suit. But anyway, I also think that Heath Ledger was the worst Joker of all time. But, and this is coming from somebody. Jared Leto was freaking awesome. Jared Leto was really good because he could be a different Joker every time he shows up. Just because he looked like a weird methed out thug in that one doesn't mean he couldn't be the 1920s gangster in the second one.
Bubba? Yeah? Are you done ranting about that? I would say he was bad in Suicide Squad because he's got the right material. He does not have enough screen time. He was fantastic in the Snyder Cut. Was like, finally, now I get to see this guy who he is. That was
But you
incredible.
see
That
that
was
he was a
awesome.
complete,
That was
but he was a
amazing.
completely different. But he was a completely different Joker that time, and that was how it's supposed to be. They didn't. I'll agree with with not enough screen time, but the problem is that they didn't give him any kind of range to develop his version of the Joker. Uh, just bar none.
Yeah, with the race swaps, it's kind of like really is pissing me off. And what Geek Freak said, what goes on, it's like, damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
in fact,
hell, Steve Carell's a good actor, but I don't want Steve Carell to play Wolverine.
Also,
Yeah.
let me
He's
just
not
actually
particularly
point
right.
this.
Also,
Whoa,
can I
guys,
get-
time out.
can I get a word?
Time out.
Okay.
Can I get a word?
What I was trying to say is, Geek Freak says here, but the fact they need to race swap in order to make people to feel inclusive is the most stupidest idea ever. When you race swap a POC to a white person, boom, World War III. Goddamn hypocrites.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Okay,
pretty
I
much
can
what
talk
it is.
personally.
And
For me, I'm not against all race swaps. I mean, hell, Nick Fury from the Avengers, which is a white guy, well, here's a special fact about it. So,
But then again, we didn't mind Sam Jackson because Sam
really
Jackson
a black
is a
person, they
talented
beats on
actor.
female Jackson, so I get props with it. So no one
Yeah.
didn't complain with it. But at least it's cool fit on his character. Like, yeah, it makes sense with it. Not like, come on. Like Nick Fury originally is the white guy from the Marvel comics and in Avengers movie, especially in the universe, like they made him
it's
black
true.
because including from the
Even right
boosters,
now.
they based on him based on Samuel Jackson. So that's all.
Yeah,
So go ahead,
like
Sign
now,
Joker.
even like now, race swaps are
Even
bad.
right now, the Batman, James Gordon, is played by Jeffrey Wright. Fantastic actor. And I kind of liked him as James Gordon. He was pretty good. He was really good at that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just saying, they like with all the race swap situation, like when I look at Twitter right now, they just try and race swap characters as fan art. Like, oh my god.
That is terrible. I hate when that happens. Like even like there was a Scar one that someone made like a human version of Scar. Looked awesome, looked amazing. But guess what happened? Someone on Twitter took that same art drawing. It's like there, fixed it. I'm like,
Yeah.
every single goddamn time. Even the Pokemon one, that pissed me off so much more. It's a watercolor of the character. You know how hard is that to do for an artist who has to use who's done amazing watercoloring, mind you, and yet Twitter's like, don't draw that way. Like it's watercoloring. Do you know how difficult that is?
Yeah. And it's similar to what's going on in cosplay. Some idiot had, when I post a a light skinned version of a character, like let's say Marina from Splatoon 2, and then what happened is someone say, "Oh, that's not the right skin color," and then Photoshop and say, "Oh, I fixed it."
That is terrible. That is racist.
Yeah.
It's lazy.
Yeah.
Lazy.
And same thing with with Callie from Splatoon is to be like, "Oh, Callie's is not black, she's white," and then fix it again. That's how it'll happen.
I think Geek Freak is kind of right. At that time when Avengers was coming out, like, you do have the comic book sides of fans who would know Nick Fury, but then the mainstream audience who don't know Nick Fury. So it kind of does make sense, where no one kind of cared, and now that you kind of accept that Sam Jackson is Nick Fury. So, like, yeah, I do agree on that point.
Yeah,
But if any of y'all had ever seen the 1998 David Hasselhoff Nick Fury film, y'all would understand that Sam Jackson's version of Nick Fury was based off the Ultimate Nick Fury, and in order to match the Ultimate's Nick Fury, they decided to make Nick Fury's son, Nick Fury Jr., black in the main Marvel universe, so that real fans would shut up and say, well, he's not, and quit saying, well, he's not supposed to be black, The thing is, yes, Samuel L. Jackson did an amazing job. Samuel L. Jackson is a good Nick Fury. But, it doesn't change the fact that they did that specifically to pander to the political correct mob. And
That was like
you know, even back then, you know, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
Well,
I need to go, guys, but thanks
right.
for joining the stream. If there are any more, I'll be there. So I'll see you guys next time. I have to go, but my
well,
mom's
anyway,
my
we call it
mommy's
good here,
news.
guys. So
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay.
yeah, so let's get our final goodbyes. Since you already said yours, Taylor, Joker, why don't you actually go ahead?
All right. Hello. This was fun for a while. Let's see here. Not much to say, but just remember, don't fucking say I fix your fan art. It'll piss me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, fix your
Alright.
shit. How we
Like,
go
don't
fix
say-
my ass?
Yeah.
All right, Matt.
Oh, nothing much for me. Just be excellent to each other and party the fuck on, dudes. And Silent Joker, the correct answer was
Actually, I know the correct answer right now because I finally remember the line. What is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them die before you, and to hear the lamentations for their
well, the
women.
joke's already ruined now. Hey,
Yeah.
folks.
Okay. Well, anyway, Shiny.
Okay. Let's say this: if
Can I get my final goodbyes there? So this is the
Alright.
Fierce Outback Black Queen, aka Taylor, and fuck the woke and fuck the woke racism and fuck the entire political correct assholes out there, you little retards. So
Yeah.
hell
Amen.
yeah. Go smith my ass, Brian. Go smith my ass. So peace out here.
All right, Silent Shiny.
All right
Yeah.
then. So I'm gonna say this: since I'm getting tired of all this weed war nonsense going on, I'm gonna say this to these people who are from the right or the left. They need to just screw off. Like these leftist degenerates need to find something else to do than just going after people like us. And as for the rhinos and trad cooks, they need to be aware that there's better things to do than just going after certain people like that. So for me, I'm gonna say this: look, find something to do, work hard, and get good.
Okay, Bubba.
Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, do not forget that Independence Day is coming up, and if you have any chance to go and light shit on fire and burn shit up legally, of course. Yeah, I love fireworks. I have always loved fireworks. It baffles my comic book friends. It baffles
Yeah.
my Renaissance Fair people, but nonetheless, comic books. That I might spend a lot of money on one set of paper and literally, you know, another set of, you know, colorful paper I might buy specifically to burn up. But that's my decision. Remember, there is nothing more satisfying than crackles, booms, and explosions.
All right, and also now it's down to me. Thank you guys so much for actually coming aboard. Long live Japan and all of its creativity and all the people that actually make anime possible. And as always, guys,
Yeah.
just remember these 4 things. Respect the life is a fan service.
Deserves
Enjoy your fandoms.
your fandoms.
Embrace your degeneracy. Anime is freedom. And until the next time we meet again, this is Mr. Anime 343 saying God, anime, mecha, and big titty waifu fucking speed.
All right,
And
that was
guys.
5.
Racist.
That was 5.